Hey guys, what's going on? So, what is non-local CE5? By now, most of the people following this channel or viewing this channel know that CE5 is close encounter of the fifth kind, or a human-initiated contact, or a contact with extraterrestrials that is not just passive, but where either when the human initiates the contact or the extraterrestrials initiate the contact, that both are engaged in a back and forth communication, usually with some kind of thought, coherent thought, telepathy, consciousness, but sometimes also with lights or sound, where they'll signal back and forth with a light or something like that. There's a lot of cases that describe those kind of encounters. So, non-local CE5. Non-local being not in a localized area. So, the way that we use non-local CE5 in the contact movement is that we will have participants from all around different states in the United States, sometimes different countries, basically anywhere in the world. But we join in from our own locations. And this is possible because the nature of CE5 itself is based in non-locality. Because if you think about it, we're connecting with these extraterrestrial visitors or star people, using consciousness to connect with them from wherever they are. So why don't we do this ourselves with the people we're working with on our own planet for CE5? If we're using it with the extraterrestrials we're communicating with, it could be done with us. So I'll give you an example, because we have a non-local CE5 group where we do this on a daily basis. So let's say I'm in New York and I know some people 50 miles away, somebody else who's 7 miles away, somebody else who's 1,000 miles away in Florida, and so on. And there's no limit to the number of people. And we coordinate a time which, non-locality transcends both space and time. But people do like to sync up and have a feeling of connection and organization, which will help in the process, so long as the belief is empowered and the conviction is there. So we will usually organize and say, hey, I'm going to do a non-local CE5 at 6 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time, or whatever it may be. And everybody will try to join in then, or keep their intention in that area for the non-local CE5 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that night, or join in whenever they can before or after. And it's just the important thing about when you're joining in and how you do a non-local CE5 is, after you do your meditation, you're centered, you set your intention, and you concentrate or focus on connecting with all the other people who are participating in the non-local CE5. So, and I mean, you can really do it in whatever order you feel comfortable with. But the order I do it in is, after I do my meditation centering, with whatever techniques I'm using, or mantras I'm using, or guided meditations I might use, or binaural tones, or just silent meditation, then I will really focus and put my intent on connecting with all the people that I'm connecting with for the non-local CE-5 before I get into connecting with the ETs and stuff. So when I'm connecting with everybody else, a lot of times I use visualization, and there's many ways to do it, but one example that I use is that I connect with all the other people participating, and I usually envision us together in a circle at a contact site, either holding hands or sitting around in a circle together, and I sense the presence of those actual people in the same way that I do in real life when I talk to them. Because we talk back and forth all the time, so the feeling that I get when I talk to those people specifically, I feel that presence when I'm doing my non-local CE-5, and I go around and I connect with everyone in the group, non-locally in this kind of minefield, this consciousness construct that I kind of go into when I'm connecting with everyone. And I envision us in a field together in a circle, and I might use different visualization techniques, like every single person that's sitting in this circle is emanating a light or vibration, and it starts off separate, and then eventually the tonalities and the colors all bleed into each other, and pulsate, and things like that. I just use as like tools for building up the cohesiveness and the feeling of connection, which is the most important, I think, is the feeling, having the deep feeling of connectedness with all these people participating. And then after I go through sequences like that, then I will connect with the ETs, and as a group, I'll envision us all connecting with the star people, extraterrestrial visitors, and initiating the contact together from this little construct that I created. But like I said, you can develop your own techniques and methods. That's one approach that I use. It gives me a strong sense of connection. So thanks for listening. I hope you have some great ideas.